What hurts more than hunger, more than poverty? Betrayal. Especially when it comes from the one you call brother. I will never forget the way he looked me in the eyes while handing me over to people who wanted to ruin me. We grew up together. From childhood, everyone knew us as brothers. We walked to school barefoot on the same dusty road. We ate from the same plate when food was scarce, and we shared secrets like they were locked treasures only the two of us could carry. If I had a coin, he had half. If he had a little meat, he would break it and give me some. That's how close we were. When we became older, life began to pull us in different directions. I started a small shop. Nothing big, just maize flour, sugar, soap, and cooking oil. People from the village would buy on credit, and sometimes it was hard to collect money. My friend, let me call him Kofi, didn't have steady work, so I often gave him things on trust. Sometimes he paid, sometimes he didn't. But I told myself, this is my brother. I can't count debt with him. One day, a man came to me with a business idea. He said he could supply bags of rice cheap, but I needed to put down some money. I didn't have enough, so I went to Kofi. He said, brother, I will stand with you. Put my name down as your partner. We will do this together. I trusted him immediately. We shook hands like we had always done. I brought out all my savings, even borrowed a little from my uncle, and gave it to Kofi so he could take it to the supplier. Since he lived closer to town, he left with a smile, saying, by next week you will see how God blesses us. That next week never came. When I asked about the rice, he told me stories. First, the truck broke down. Then, the supplier was out of town. Later, he said thieves had stolen the money. Something in his face didn't look right, but I forced myself to believe him because my heart couldn't accept that Kofi, my brother, my other half, could betray me. The truth came out in the most painful way. Another friend told me he saw Kofi in town, drunk, spending money freely. I didn't want to believe it, so I went myself. I found him sitting in a bar with people I didn't even know, people who laughed as if life had never hurt them. And there, in the middle of it all, was Kofi, pouring drinks with the same hands that once broke bread with me. When he saw me, he froze. Then he laughed, forced a smile, and tried to explain. He said, don't worry, more money will come. But his eyes told the truth. He had sold me out. The betrayal didn't stop there. Some weeks later, men came asking for the money I had borrowed. My uncle looked at me with disappointment. My shop collapsed. I became the man people whispered about, the fool who trusted too much. And what cut deepest was not the money. It was the memory of every night we had walked home hungry but laughing. The times we had stood back to back in fights. The secrets that now felt like weapons in his hands. I tell this story because in our village, there is an old saying. The snake that bites you is not the one hiding in the bush. It's the one you were warming in your blanket. That day, I understood it for the first time.